Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, new comic book day. Hope everyone's having a good start or middle of the week here. I'm going to be reviewing briefly the books coming out next Wednesday, March 8th. Give you a head start on what to look for. A couple interesting books coming out next week. Marvel, DC, some indies that looked interesting. So I will start to highlight that now. Let's take a look here using Midtown as our proxy. Let me just blow this up a little bit. All right, starting off with Dark Horse. There is a new number one, Clear number one. This is a Scott Snyder doing the writing and Francis Manapul. So a pretty good team. Snyder has obviously some experience in writing books, and many of them get optioned. I think the latest one was his project with Jock, Witches. I think that just got optioned. So this might be worth picking up. There's a bunch of covers. There's a 1 in 25 by Del Mundo. That might be the one to go for if this series takes off, or if it gets optioned. Obviously, you want probably the scarcest variant. Typically, will do best, but if not, do what Jim's Comics does, which is just grab the A cover. Nice A cover there by Manapul. I kind of like the B cover too. That one looks kind of neat. So yeah, maybe pick that one up, see if it's a good read. Scott Snyder, it's hit and miss with him. Sometimes he writes well, sometimes he doesn't. I don't like everything he does, but maybe that'll be a good one. At least it warrants taking a look at it at your local comic book shop. DC, Adventures of Superman, John Kent, number one. Be covered by Zoo or Zoo. Looks interesting. Only $4.99. And I also like the Sarah Minto cover as well. That one's pretty nice. I didn't know he was Static. That looks more like Static than it does Superman. And you've also got a Yasmin Flores cover. A bunch of covers here, as is the case with most number ones. They pump out about 10 covers and a couple of incentive covers. And buy the one that you like. There's a Dan Mora design spot cover as well. Batman 357 facsimile edition. First appearance. Is this the first appearance of Scarecrow? It's one of the villains. I can't remember. I think it might be. It's not Scarecrow, is it? I can't remember. Oh, I think it's Killer Croc, isn't it? Killer Croc. I think it's the first appearance of Killer Croc. My brain's not firing on all cylinders today. Batman and the Joker Deadly Duo number 5 will be out next week. I've been enjoying it. Silvestri's art and writing is superb, and I think it's been a good read. Bunch of covers here. The ones that look, I like the Gary Frank cover. The Silvestri sketch cover is also very nice. That's a 1 in 50. And there's a 1 in 100 variant by Daniel Warren Johnson. They've got that discounted down to $81. So that's about almost 20% off of ratio pricing. Not bad. It is a crazy looking cover. Who couldn't do with another crazy Joker cover? Batman number 133 is out next week. The Artgerm cover looks nice. The C cover by Artgerm. Derek Chu cover looks also very nice. And then there is a foil variant, 1 in 50 of the Artgerm. Artgerm covers tend to do well. Most of them hold that ratio or sometimes go higher depending on what's going on in the book. Flash 794, the incentive cover by Torin Clark is a foil cover. That looks pretty cool for $31.50. I think that is a 1 in 50, so that's a pretty steep discount off of the ratio pricing. The Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 6. Of course, the B cover by Bermejo is fantastic. Just crazy looking. That's a good cover. And I also like the Kendrick Lim cover. That one's really cool too. Man, that looks like out of a nightmare. That's crazy. I wonder if you got to do psychedelics to come up with that in your head. I don't know. Those are the covers I liked. All right, moving on to DC here. It looks like Nightwing number 100 is getting a second printing incentive cover for $45. Surprised that's not sold out yet. If it was Marvel, it probably would be. Poison number 10, Poison Ivy rather, number 10. I love the Jenny Frison cover, of course. I love that it's not a 1 in 50 incentive cover. It's nice that it's only $4.99. It's a beautiful looking cover. Of course, it would be nice to have that in a foil, but just that one cover. The Middleton cover is also very nice. That's a regular priced cover. You've got your Skylar Partridge International Women's Day cover. So no incentive covers for issue 10 of Poison Ivy. I think issue 11 goes back to having incentive covers. Static Shadows of Dakota number 1. Of course, the Oliver Coipel cover did really, really well, especially that foil cover, the 1 in 100. That's sold out everywhere. Still going for $160 or more on eBay. Only 2 listings. Issue 2 does have an incentive cover. It looks like it's just a 1 in 25 Sanford green cover. It's okay. Be nice to have another Oliver Coipel cover, but doesn't look like it's happening for the second issue. We'll see if it comes out down the road. Dynamite Entertainment. Cherish number 5 will be out next week. A ton of covers. Looks like the Sue Lee Virgin cover is sold out on Midtown, and also the Temple Smith Virgin cover. That's sold out. You got Darkwing Duck number 1, incentive facsimile covers. Also a limited edition Nakayama Virgin cover. That looks pretty cool with all the yellow ducks there. Deja Thoris rebooted again, volume 4, number 1. Obviously, there's some nice covers there. There's about 20 of them to choose from. So I'll let you be making the decision on that. Just a bunch of them. Amazing. It's about 20 covers. It's crazy. Draculina Blood Simple number 1. Looks like there's a couple limited edition covers. The Linzer cover is already sold out. Gargoyles Vampirella Strikes number 5. Red versus Red Sonja will be out as well next week. Yeah, just a bunch of covers there. IDW Publishing, Godzilla Rivals Mothra versus Titanosaurus. It's a long title. I do like the B cover. Love the coloring on that by Sophie Campbell. Very cool. That one looks interesting. All right, what else? There's a Turtle book, issue 5. Moving on to Image. Almighty number 2. I did pick up the first issue of Almighty. I thought it was okay. The 1 in 50 variant is extremely scarce. I don't know of any shops that would order 50 copies of an Image indie that no one's ever heard of. But of course, the only way that book ever really gains popularity or value is if maybe this gets optioned at some point in the future. I don't even remember the story. I mean, that was 3-4 weeks ago that I read it. So I don't remember being overly impressed with the storyline, but maybe it gets better. Who knows? But I do have that first issue 1 in 50. Just a really rare book. I've not seen it for sale anywhere on eBay still 3-4 weeks later. Spawn 339. I love the cover here by Simon Bianchi. Just a great cover. He's a good artist, Italian artist. Those Italians, they know how to draw, don't they? They know how to draw and they know how to sing. I think that's what the Italians are known for. All right, Stoneheart number 1. This is a new Image first issue. Emma Kubert. I don't know if this is in any relation to the Joe Kubert or the Adam Kubert family. I don't know if there any relation there. Maybe it's a daughter, granddaughter. I'll have to look into that. I'm not too sure. A cover is pretty nice. I think it's just the one cover. Yep, just the one cover. Still available. That might be worth picking up. Who knows? Maybe it gets optioned. A lot of times it's not a bad idea just to pick up the first issue of a new series, just in case. Marvel, moving on to Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man number 21 will be out next week. There is a C cover Disney homage, or that's an homage of Incredible Hulk using Disney characters. Goofy gets a little bit of a bulk up. He becomes the Incredible Goofy. There's also a black and white 1 in 100 variant. Midtown has it priced above ratio, priced at 144. eBay, it's probably 165, 170. So the pricing on Midtown is a little bit cheaper than what you could buy it for on eBay at the moment. And remember, with Midtown, if you spend more than, I think it's more than $89, the shipping is free. So if you're thinking about grabbing a higher end book, you won't have to pay shipping costs at least. That's not bad. Not a bad deal. Saves you a few dollars. Avengers number 66, the Alex Ross Timeless Ultron Virgin cover looks cool. And there's also a sketch. Now, these sketch variants, all of them that are coming out from Marvel, there's a bunch of them over the next several weeks. These sketch covers, they're all 1 in 100 ratio variants. And look, notice how Midtown has them discounted. $54, so almost 50% off the 1 in 100 ratio pricing. So I only picked one up at ratio pricing, which is the Scarlet Witch one, which I'll show you here in a moment. Only the one, thank God. So I'm not taking a bloodbath. I'm sure there were people that went out and bought a bunch of them and spent $100 on each one. Oh, man. That looks like a grave heir at this point compared to what they're selling for. Black Panther number 15 is coming out next week. The Alex Ross cover. I usually just pick up the A cover, but I do like the B cover as well. That one's pretty cool. Looks like he might have a black eye, a swollen eyeball there. Bloodline Daughter of Blade issue 2 will be out next week. The Momoko cover is beautiful. I like it even better than the Tau cover. The Tau cover is nice as well. You've got a Betsy Cola cover and the Tau Virgin cover for $90. Fantastic Four number 5. You've got a bunch of covers. You got your timeless Alex Ross covers, the sketch again, the scroll there. Mary Jane and Black Cat number 4. I really like the Russell Dodderman cover. That one's pretty cool. Very, very cool cover. Did a nice job on that one. And of course, you got the timeless Alex Ross for $54. Moon Knight number 21. I love the Alex Horley cover. I'm a big fan of Alex Horley. Definitely has that throwback feel to Frazetta. Very much reminiscent of a Frank Frazetta type drawing. I really dig his covers. So that's one I pre-ordered way in advance. Love that cover. New Mutants Lethal Legion. That's a new number 1. Nightcrawlers number 2 will be out. Surprised the Art Adams cover is not sold out. That's a 1 in 25. There's a definite fan base for Arthur Adams covers. Predator number 1. Bunch of covers. The Barins cover is nice. The Seguera cover is nice, and the Bartel cover is very nice as well. That's a 1 in 50. She did a nice job on that one. Scarlet Witch number 3. Yeah, who doesn't love a Mephisto cover? I love that. Mephisto has some abs. He's been working out. Or he just made a deal with himself to give himself good abs. And there is the Virgin sketch cover. So this is the only one that I pre-ordered in advance, and obviously wish I hadn't. But thank God it was only the one. I did not bite on any of the other ones. I just love Mephisto. I just like this cover. I don't know. I like Mephisto. I have his first appearance too, by the way. Silver Surfer number 3. Silver Surfer, speaking of Silver Surfer Ghost Light number 2, Turin Clark cover's nice. And the Malieve cover is definitely a nice cover. Very cool. I love that it's not a ratio or expensive. Star Wars High Republic number 6. Peach cover is nice. There's a Phil Noto cover. That's a 1 in 25. That's also still available. Star Wars Sena Staros. I don't know what the heck this is, but it's their issue 2 will be out next week. Wakanda number 4, second printing is available. First appearance of this girlfriend of Tosin, I guess. I can't remember her name. But there she is. That might be first cover appearance of her. So that might be worth grabbing. Again, second printings will have typically lower print runs. X-23 number 1 facsimile edition. That book's not super expensive, I don't think. What is that, a $100 book maybe? Not her first appearance, of course, but first ongoing. And if you don't want to spend $100 on the original, grab the facsimile. X-Men Deadly Regenesis number 1, bunch of covers on this one as well. And I didn't think this was a peach. That doesn't look like peach cover art, does it? That does not look like a peach cover. I don't think it is. I think that might be the Casa Grande cover, the Elena Casa Grande cover. So Midtown might have made a mistake there. Looks like they did. And there is a 1 in, I don't know, is this a 1 in 75 cover by Mike Chow? Interesting. Maybe it's a 1 in 50 and they have it overpriced. I don't know. Either way, it's $67? Yeah, not cheap. X-Men number 20, the Alex Ross Dark Phoenix Virgin cover looks cool. And there's also a sketch, timeless sketch Virgin as well. All right, that does it for Marvel. Last but not least, let's move on to Independence. I told you we'd breeze through this. Black Tape number 2 by Artists, Writers, and Artisans. This is Dan Panosian doing the writing and Talajek doing the art. I dig the B cover, and there's a heavy metal homage cover here as well. I believe that is an homage to AC/DC's Back in Black cover. I really dig the black and white incentive cover. I think this is a 1 in 25 cover. You've got a nice little peacock in the middle. A lot of detail in this cover, though. I love it. I did grab one from Midtown for $18. Looks like there's still another copy available, so wouldn't be surprised if that is sold out by the end of the day. Children of the Black Sun number 3. I read that first issue. I thought it was pretty good. Story was good. I liked it. I dug it. You've got a nice homage there to Uncanny X-Men. What is the my brain just did a brain fart there. Oh, Giant Size X-Men. There we go. Death Rage number 6, incentive cover by John Guion. The reason it's sold out is because I bought that. So I love John Guion's art, and I love this cover, and it's definitely going to be limited. It's a 1 in 100. I don't know what shops are going to buy 100 copies of a Merc Publishing Death Rage number 6. Most shops will never, ever get this book. So yes, it will be rare. You can buy it right off their website, though. So if this is something that you have to own, you can buy it from Merc Publishing for $100. So Midtown has it slightly discounted, $10 off. Plus, I get free shipping, which you will not get from buying directly from Merc Publishing. So if there's a cover I like, I typically will try to buy it on Midtown just because I get a little bit of a discount and I don't have to pay shipping. So I love that cover. It's fantastic. Beautiful job by John Guion there. By the way, I'll get him on the channel here probably in the month of April. He's been really, really busy, and I message with him back and forth on Instagram, and he definitely wants to come on the channel again. So we'll get him on. By the way, this I'm gonna leave it to the end. I got an announcement for this Thursday's show. Let's see. Some of these books I've never heard of. Samurai Doggy. I think I did pick up the first issue of that. Never continued with it. Tales of Nottingham #2. I still haven't read the first issue yet, so I'm not too sure whether I'm going to grab the second issue. The Gimmick #1 by Ahoy Comics. I don't know what that's about, but that might be worth taking a look at. Travel to Mars #4. That's an interesting cover here. Yeah, okay. Don't know what he's doing. But it looks like there's a bunch of incentives as well. Vampires Bloodshot #1, another small press comic book publisher. West of Sundown #9, Volt Comics. Boy, I can't believe Volt Comics is still in business. How are they staying in business? They don't sell too many comic books. That's it. Now the rest are all trade paperbacks and graphic novels. That is your list for next Wednesday. Kind of give you a heads up on what to look for. Let me recognize a few people in the chat. We got Luis Ramirez 504 hanging out with us while I do this recap of new books coming out next Wednesday. We got GT Key Comic. Kenneth Bird dropped by to say hi. Good to see you, Kenneth. GTK Comics says Torpedo Comics raised the prices on Essentia #13 and 14. I think that made the hot list a week ago. I think about a week ago. Apparently, there are coupon redemptions for books by J. Scott Campbell, and I think there's going to be one by Adam Hughes. I'm not too sure which issues will coincide, but Torpedo Comics is probably the only place to pick those up besides eBay. And I do think the prices on eBay are, I think issue 13 is going for like $30 now. I was able to grab one off of Torpedo's website before they jumped the prices up. I think I got it for like $5 plus shipping, of course. But GTK Comics says, does anyone know why that Dark Horse Star Wars Hyperspace Stories #4 is heating up? I don't know either. I don't know. Maybe first appearance. Yeah, Star Wars books sometimes do that. If there's a first appearance of a new character in there, that tends to happen. So that could be the case. I guess we'll find out. That comes out. That came out today, I think, right? Because I think that was a book that was highlighted last week. And it should be in your shop today. So I don't know. Check out your LCS, see, maybe breeze through the comic book and see. GTK Comics says Frank Miller and Campbell, 2 coupon secret variants. Okay, there you go. I thought one of them was Adam Hughes, so I guess I'm wrong about that. Frank Miller and Campbell. There you go. All right, there you go, guys. There is your list of books coming out next Wednesday. I hope that helps you, gave you some ideas of what to look for. There's a couple nice Marvel books, a couple decent DC books coming out, a couple independents. And I kind of told you which ones I grabbed from Midtown. I just basically cover buys. That's all it was. Don't expect them to do that well in the secondary market, but they're just nice looking covers. The announcement I have is tomorrow evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will send out notifications on YouTube and through Instagram. Having Mel V on the show. Mel V does a lot of Whatnot shows. It's Drunken Chat Son, I think is the name of his Instagram account. He's been on CBSI Hot 10 lists. He's a colorful commentator. He's a cool dude. I rap with him all the time, through Instagram, message back and forth with him. Him and I see very eye to eye on many things. So it should be a good discussion. We'll talk about comics and what we look at, what we think's hot, where we think the comic book market is going. It should be a really good conversation. Looking forward to it. Again, tomorrow evening, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will have special guest Mel V from It's a Drunken Chat. He will be on the channel. Looking forward to that. So shout out to him. I'm sure he'll post on his Instagram that he's coming on my channel as well. So yeah, maybe we'll have a few more people than normal in the chat, which would be nice. Be nice to see like maybe 30 or 40 people in the chat, which that would be cool. And he does Whatnot auctions, I think every Friday at 10 p.m. So I'll be talking about that, and we'll be promoting that for him as well on the channel. All right, guys, hope you have a great Wednesday. Go get your books, and I'll see you tomorrow evening.